said, nah, you're just mentally weak. Like, you need to build up your mental stamina. So I like to get stretched out to a point, not a breaking point, but you stretch out, and then eventually you be able to run at that pace. And the body works like that, the mind works like that.
I probably got that habit of overcommitting to things. I've definitely dialed it back though. And that's really come through like conscious effort and focus.
So generally in the beginning, it's like, oh wow, like won't that be amazing? And the real work starts once that starts to wane a little bit, once you're tempted to stop. And most people are consistent at being inconsistent. They're consistent at quitting.
It's like this workaround that I've discovered that I've taken a habit I'm consistent in, but I've like flipped it on its head where now I've tricked myself into having more protein.
Hey, I'm Dave Conway, and I'm here with my wife, Jacqueline. Welcome to the 30-Day Year podcast. Here, we explore ideas, philosophies, and real stories to help you take your annual income and turn it into your monthly income. Join us each week as we challenge conventional thinking around success, business growth, and building a life of true freedom. This podcast is created with your growth in mind. To help us reach more people and to make sure you never miss an episode, please like and subscribe. Let's get started.
I have a scalding hot topic today. I want to talk about consistency, particularly as it relates to developing more capacity in yourself. I think to develop capacity in what it is that you do takes consistency. And then I think the combination of these two ideas really does lead to increased income in your business. And we really want to help people achieve these goals that they've set and give them some ideas to continue to move them forward. So I'm excited about this. I think it's a really big topic. It's one of my themes for 2026, and I think it's going to be a really useful conversation. So I also want to emphasize to our listeners that when we're talking 30-day year, we want it to be consistent for you, not just a one and done thing. It's every single month. So this idea of consistency and tying it back to the philosophy is really important, that it's not just like willy-nilly. It's like we want you to do this all the time. So if your goal is 50K a month, 100K a month, million a month, whatever your goal is, even beyond that, we want it to become a constant thing for you.
Yeah,
not
you're
just
consistently earning that.
Yep, automatically. Because I think it takes years to create true unconscious consistency, where it's like you don't even have to think about it, and like 100K pops into your, bank account every month. And that's like a sexy thought, I think, where it's like I don't even have to think actively about this. It's just that I have the mechanisms, the habits, the people, whatever it is, all of those things in place in order for that to just come on into my life. And I think that's pretty cool. And so that's kind of where I want to take this conversation.
It took years to mold you, so it'll probably take years to remold you.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's like good to be honest about that too, that to create real change and that's worth it, is going to take time. So what are your thoughts on consistency and why is it so important to create success in general?
Yeah, I think consistency, we're always consistent. So what we want is to be more consistent on the things that produce the results that we desire.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we all have habits, So when I think of consistency, I think of habit. And to only tackle one or two habits at a time. I find that for me personally, like when I started focusing on one specific habit, the knock-on effect of that habit started to like trickle out into many areas of my life. Mm-hmm. So I try and just keep my mind to one thing at a time, getting consistent at one thing that I have deemed important, that I think will move the needle more than anything else. Mm-hmm. So with consistency comes focus. And when consistency is, married with focus, you'll have a habit in the end. Mm-hmm. And it's habits that have molded our life.
Yeah, I like that you made that connection that the consistency creates the focus. I like that. And then when we become consistent, then it's becoming automatic, right?
And it's easy to be consistent when we're like enthusiastic about something.
Yeah.
So generally in the beginning, it's like, oh, wow, like, won't that be amazing? Mm-hmm. And the real work starts once that starts to wane a little bit, once you're tempted to stop. And most people are consistent at being inconsistent. You know, they're consistent at quitting things. If you're loving this content, hit the like and subscribe button and help us get this 30-day year message out.
Well, you know what I've started to do as it relates to health is that I keep hearing all the time, like, women don't eat enough protein. You need protein to grow like healthy muscles, all these things, like to maintain. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Show them off. You work hard. You should show them off. Why are you even wearing a shirt today, Dave?
Yeah,
like, take it off.
Shirts off.
Shirts off today. I will always be wearing shirts for the record, but, but, it was on my mind recently that I'm like, okay, I keep hearing that I need to be eating more protein, having more protein in my diet, but I'm finding it really hard to just like eat more steak or like just be ingesting constant amounts of protein. Like it's sometimes you're just not hungry, you know, and you're down on your protein. It's kind of annoying. So like I made a coffee one morning where I just took my protein, my chocolate protein powder that tastes like Yoo-hoo, like chocolate. It's so good. And I put it in my coffee and I blended it up and it basically turned my morning coffee into a mocha. And I gave it to you. I let you try it. I'm like, if you like it, I'll make you one too. And you loved it.
I'm addicted to it.
You're addicted to them. And then, so I think to myself, I'm like, okay, I have the habit of drinking coffee every morning. I am like super consistent at it and I'm addicted. I don't know if I'm ever going to stop. But how can I like turn this habit of mine into something productive? And now just the simple action of putting my extra 20 grams of protein in my coffee in the morning, I am now getting more protein. I'm enjoying my coffee more. I'm actually drinking less coffee because I find it more satiating when I have that one cup. And it's like this workaround that I've discovered that I've taken a habit I'm consistent in, but I've like flipped it on its head where now I've tricked myself into having more protein alongside this habit. So since doing that, I'm looking for ways in our business for that same kind of thing.
Like a little tweak, you mean?
A little tweak. Like, is there something that I am already doing consistently that if I just, you know, replace the protein in a different way, can I suddenly get a better result? And I think they exist. I'm like on the cusp of them and I'm just looking for them now. So it's just this perception change that came to me from this one little thing that transpired on a Sunday one day when I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to have more protein and to make it easy. How can I like make it easy? And I credit Wendy on our team, Wendy Holmes, who's an amazing coach with us, for just dropping like, just kind of like very laissez-faire in her very Wendy way, like just the effortless way, just like make it effortless. How can I make this more effortless? And she just kind of subtly says that here and there. And it always kind of stimulates my thinking. Like, yeah, how can I just make this a little bit more effortless? You know, I think when we talk about things like consistency or discipline, it's like, oh, the like toughness comes out and the muscles Dave's flexing and stuff, like like all this like manly energy comes out. And I don't think it necessarily has to be that way. I think we just have to change perception sometimes, perspective. And it's like, what am I already doing naturally? How can I like turn this in my favor, make it even more productive?
So it's kind of like you're consistent at waking up.
Yes.
But what if you change the time you woke up?
Well, that's the thing.
All right. And then let's say you got consistent at that. It's like, well, what if you changed what you did when you woke up? Mm-hmm. So it's all just like, I think, like habit stacking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to get consistent at one thing. So in early years when I started this career, I set the goal of closing a sale every week.
Yeah.
And I visualized it and I affirmed it and I worked towards it. Mm-hmm. And I started to produce it. And I got pretty darn good at closing a sale every week, 4 sales a month. And then as that momentum started to build, I started holding down about 7 sales every month. So then my income went to I was making $5,000 a sale. So it went to $35,000.
Yeah.
And then I went and worked with Bob Proctor, and there was some people on his team that were closing a sale every day. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, whoa. And they became like a testimony for that. Like, well, it's possible, regardless of the calendar, regardless of all these things that I was accepting as reasons that I couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. And so I set the goal of closing a sale every day, and that's what I started getting consistent in.
Right.
In my visualization. Everything I did was orientated around that one single idea. Mm-hmm. And in a very short period of time, I was closing a sale every single day.
That consistency, you found it.
That one single habit of focusing on it. Now, this was over the course of like 2 years, earned me over $1 million. Just that one thing.
So your consistency, thinking about a sale a day, expanded your capacity as a salesperson, and that led to earning more cash, earning the 100K a month.
Yeah, significantly more cash.
Don't you feel like that's so cool?
It's so simple.
It's so simple. Being consistent, formulating the habits that matter, led to you developing that skill, and then that led to the cash.
Yep. Would you like to earn more cash in your business? I'd like to help you with my free 21-day Money Momentum Challenge. We're going to rewire your mind, turn you into a money magnet, and start to increase your income. Click the link below and get started. You'll hear me say this a lot. Like, once you start focusing on one thing, that ability to focus trickles out into so many areas of your life.
Yeah. Because I think it's just like you begin to understand what it really takes to just commit and make a decision about something. Like, you decided you wanted the goal, you figured out what it was going to take to get it, and then you develop the consistency and the capacity around it in order to get there. So making that decision is just huge.
Huge. And if a person wants consistency, if you're not maintaining it yourself, get accountable to someone or some group of people, and that helps massively in habit formation and consistency.
Yeah. I mean, the beauty of sales is that it's like, well, of course, like sales is such a direct correlation to like business results. You know, it's like a perfect, like a bullseye, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to develop that skill, if you've recognized in your business that is your responsibility, which I would say for founders particularly, it is your responsibility to just kind of steal your story. Just like decide that you're going to get really good at it, become consistent at it, build the capacity, and then the cash will be there. Because once the cash is there, then there's like this whole trickle down effect in the growth. Then you can hire the people that you need in order to expand into the other areas of the business that need it, right?
Yeah. Like, this idea, probably a lot of people might want to debate me on this one idea. But the idea that if you're not going to, when you make a decision to do something, you want to know that that decision, you must make the consistency decision when you make it. Because if you make decisions and you keep falling off all the time, it's not good for a person.
No.
So you're better off just not doing it. Right? So if you're going to start going to the gym, then just stick to that one habit. Like, don't try and change everything. You'd be shocked once you change that one. The next thing you know, maybe then you start changing the diet and other things start to change. But when you try and change everything all at once, think of habits like you're going to get in a fist fight with someone. So would you rather fight one person one-on-one or 30 people, right? One-on-one or 30 to 1?
One-on-one, no question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless they're like little 3-year-old kids or something. Kick them
like teeny little leprechauns maybe.
Right. So your chances of winning are greater if it's one-on-one. And that's how you want to think about it too. So when you start into habit formation, pick one thing.
Yeah.
And stick to that thing. And I've had a lot of people say, well, when do you stop focusing on that one thing, Dave? When it's in my world on autopilot.
Yeah.
And until that happens, I don't stop. So I set the goal of earning $100,000 a month. Took me 31 months till that was constantly a part of my life. And that's when I switched.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so great. I love that. So I want to pivot into just busyness. I feel like there's this, I don't know why, when I was planning this episode, it felt like I wanted to go there, and the connection between being busy and creating consistency. And I think there's this healthy amount of busyness in a person's life. And I actually I didn't realize I was doing it at the time, but when I was in university, so this is many years ago, I ran an unconscious experiment. So there was one term where I was signed up for 3 classes, but I was also working 30 hours a week. And then there was another term, several terms in fact, where I would go to 4 classes, signed up for 4 classes, and then continue to work 30 hours. And then I did 5 classes. So I did it 3 different examples.
So you always work 30 hours a week?
Always worked 30 hours a week, but then just played with how many classes I was in a semester. It was really interesting. When I did the 3 classes, I was busy, but I was almost too relaxed to create results. There was almost just a hair under the amount of my pressure threshold that would activate my crazy brain. to like really get me going. And what I discovered was that 4 classes was really the sweet spot. It's where I was busy and I kind of maximized my ability to get good marks, and I wasn't overly stressed. There was a teensy bit of stress, but it wasn't like unmanageable. And then the semester with 5 classes, it was like I'm stressed out, I'm going crazy. It was just a lot. And then, so it was interesting. And it was actually after the semester that I had done the 5 classes that I tried the 3 and then discovered that that wasn't working either and that I just needed to stick to 4 while working 30 hours.
So would you deem, when you think of the word busyness, do you think like stress?
I think I used to. I don't anymore. It doesn't automatically come to mind that because I'm busy, I'm stressed out. No, but I think it used to.
I just had an insight.
Okay.
If you're busy, so I was thinking about your 3 class, your 4 classes, and your 5 classes.
Yeah.
That's because that was your commitments. Mm-hmm. So your busyness, your workload comes from your commitments.
Yes.
So if a person's overcommitting
Yeah.
all the time based upon their capacity,
Yeah.
they're probably going to become stressed out.
Yeah. 100%.
But then there's the other side where, like, when I used to, I went through this phase of my sales career where I was like, I want to do 40 sales calls a week.
Yeah.
And I got it. I manifested it. And after that first week, I was like, damn, like, I don't want to do that. That's way too many.
Yeah.
And my mentor at the time, Bob, he said, nah, you're just mentally weak. Like, you need to build up your mental stamina. So
Right.
I like to get stretched out to a point, not a breaking point, but, you know, you stretch out. And then eventually you be able to run at that pace. And the body works like that. The mind works like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm thinking about the word, like your commitments. When you commit to something, you know, you hear people call up, hey, how you doing? What's up? And, oh, I'm so busy. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, it's weird. Busy is just how you use your time, right?
Mm-hmm. The time always
What they
fills.
should say is I'm stressed.
I'm stressed. Yes. That's really what they're saying. Most likely.
Overcommitted.
Overcommitted. Yeah. Yeah. I would say I've probably got that habit of overcommitting to things. I've definitely dialed it back though. And that's really come through like conscious effort and focus, like saying no to things, letting things go, knowing my tendencies, that it's like, oh, I'm going to get a rush of creative ideas that I'm going to want to take action on all of them, and being able to edit out what is the most important thing in order, you know, to move forward towards the goal that we're working on. So that's been like definitely a mental habit I've worked on, is not just running after my next 10 ideas. It's like, well, maybe I'll run after only 1 or 2 of them. Focus. Yeah.
Focus creates consistency. And it's very difficult to become consistent at everything all at once.
Yeah. For sure. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So, you know, we've talked about the definition of capacity. We've talked about, you know, it is developed through the whole consistency practice and forming these powerful habits. So I'd like your thoughts on the role of the paradigm when it comes to all of this. Like, you know, sometimes we have these things like built right in, and sometimes we have to like cultivate them. And so sometimes I like to just spend some time with myself and be like, okay, what am I actually already automatically doing really well that I just need to like expand upon or like lean into? Like I have, you know, some habits from childhood or from my youth or being like a young adult. Are some of those things good that I should just like dive into? Do you know what I mean by that?
Like some of your natural tendencies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like leverage what you're good at?
Yeah. Well, it's not even leverage. It's like leverage what you're good at, but like leverage the habits you may have already established for yourself. It's kind of like my coffee story. I'm already drinking the coffee in the morning. How can I just like leverage this ongoing habit for my benefit? Do you feel like that shows up for you?
In what regards?
In creating success, like just leveraging those natural tendencies.
Yeah, I think you want to find out what your gifts are and then start to leverage them. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you're already waking up. So what time are you going to wake up? It's like you can change one idea. You're already waking up. So what time do you want to wake up? And then when you wake up, what do you do when you wake up? So that's 3 habits there.
Yeah.
So the first habit you're already in. You're already waking up. So we don't have to change the habit of waking up.
Yeah.
What we're trying to get consistent at is changing the habit of the time that we wake up. Mm-hmm. And what we do when we wake up. So if we're in the habit of hitting the snooze, then you're not waking up when you just told yourself you're going to wake up. So first you want to change the when you wake, and then what you do when you wake. That will change a person's whole life.
Yep. Yep.
So that would kind of be like that.
Yeah.
So it's like I was already in the habit of closing a sale a week. So what activities was I doing that was closing that sale a week? Well, one of the days in a week I closed a sale. So why don't I just take that energy, that attitude, that idea and say, well, let's just do that every day.
Right.
And through that, but you have to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
Yes. So there's all kinds of things that you know will move the needle in your business that you're just not doing because you're at capacity. Like everybody's busy. Every person has used their time for something. There is no such thing as wasted time. All time is used. Now, you might have done it with unproductive things or what you deem unproductive, but you still used it.
Yeah.
So what we want to understand is that when it comes to consistency, time is a huge factor, focus is a factor, but choosing what idea you are focusing on. And once you make that decision, you do it. Come hell or high water, you do it.
Yeah.
Don't commit to things and not follow through. It is a really bad habit.
Yeah.
It'll destroy any chance of success.
If this podcast is opening your eyes to powerful new ideas, helping you think bigger, and opening your level of awareness, be sure to hit subscribe right now and leave us a 5-star review. That will help us reach more ambitious people just like you ready to grow.
Produced at Sound Lounge by T-Bone.